Good afternoon, proletariat! Welcome to Turbo Tuesday. Here at MBT Industries, we are constantly innovating our way to the Yugist revolution. The working duelists of the world can't be led by just anyone, so before we can begin disassembling the oppressive metagame, we need to locate the boss to end all bosses, combing through 20 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! History in the process. As always, we'll give any fledgling leader of the Vanguard a quick once-over, a chance to prove themselves, and a performance review that will determine if they'll be called back to the next round of interviews, or if they'll need some effect adjustment at our re-education facility. Today, recently freed from Alpha Cretin's prison, we have Clock Lizard. Before we check out today's corporate stooge, however, a word about our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck, the best online site for database searching, deck building, and strategy articles, all conveniently located at www.ygoprodeck.com. Now let's take a look at that resume. 2 Cybers monsters. You contribute this card, return 1 fusion monster from your graveyard to the extra deck, then fusion summon that fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your graveyard. If that card is banished from your graveyard, you can make special summoned monsters your opponent currently controls lose 400 attack for each Cybers monster currently in your graveyard until the end of this turn. This is a textbook example of an innocuous card with horrifying implications. Cybers Clock Dragon's materials are 1+ link monsters, and if you send them, you're able to mill equal to the total link rating of the used material. By executing an entire combo, therefore, then fusion summoning a Cybers Clock Dragon via Clock Lizard's effect, you can use its immense attack points to burn your opponent to death via a reborn Catapult Turtle, as close as Yu-Gi-Oh! Currently has to Laboratory Maniac. We'll slot you into a combo engineered and popularized by Nerd Factor, link in the description by the way, and see if Edo Pro has the functionality to handle jank of this capacity. So with that, let's send our leader to the Edo Pro ladder. Well, it's time for our performance review, and it looks as if our potential hire has elected to play against Paleozoic Frog. Oh, Frog, you've been through so much recently, what with the debilitating and embarrassing loss to Photon, but it looks like we're going to have to put you through very slightly more. Enjoy the L! We're going to lead with a copy of Reinforcement of the Army, adding an Arborea to hand. We'll normal summon the Arborea and make a Magius, at which point we'll activate Quick Launch, summoning a copy of Tracer to the link point. We'll activate the effect of Magius to get a copy of Draco to hand. We'll special summon it at Spatha's link point, adding the Arborea back to hand, and then link summoning an Elpie, moving it with Spatha's effect. We'll activate Elpie's effect to get a copy of DMD, and DMD will trigger to bring back this copy of Draco. We'll go into a Dillingerous and an Appaloosa, making a Pisty and triggering Pisty's effect to get back Draco and make Striker Dragon. Here's where we'd get Boot Sector Launch if we didn't have it already. We'll activate Romulus's effect for a Dragon Ravine, and then go into a Virus Swordsman with the Arborea in hand. We'll summon a 0-day from deck and go to Virus Berserker, whose effect we will activate to bring out 0-day and Virus Swordsman as well. We'll activate the effect of Dragon Ravine after link summoning an Access Code Talker and send an Absorouter Dragon so we can add a Shell Rocket to hand. Finally, we'll activate Boot Sector Launch's effect to summon both the Tracer and the Shell Rocket from our hand, triggering the graveyard effect of Dillinger's Dragon and enabling a link summon of Linkcross and an activation of Money Mud Dragon. The first Cybers Clock Dragon is going to trigger for 6, and the second, summoned off of Clock Lizard, will trigger for, I don't know, how about 20? With the last card in our deck, we'll be able to send with a copy of Minerva that's been sent to the graveyard. We can activate Seyffert's effect to bring back Levineer, and Levineer's to bring back this copy of Catapult Turtle from the graveyard. Finally, we'll dome our opponent for 12,000. Well, we're back. And just how did the game-breaking Gungus perform? Let's consult our super scientific metrics above. I'm giving this coding nightmare a 2 in terms of consistency. Yes, there are garnets, but very, very few of them actually end the combo. It's almost impossible to brick, despite my repeated attempts. I'm giving this illustrious lizard a 2 in terms of investment. Dragon Link's got some slots to spare. I wouldn't be surprised if someone figured out a way to splash a Mud Dragon setup. I'm giving this consistent FTK with 0 bad cards a 3 in terms of payoff. It does kill the opponent. That said, my final verdict is a return interview to Clock Lizard. Jillian, call Cretin. She's got some coding to do.